Do you want a would you like a towel?
Yes.
Let me get you.
I'd like a towel. That would help.
Oh, we got our tissues. I know Mondo has indicated that we. By the way, before we get to the first call, is the toe? Is it or is it not? Is it? No? Okay.
Sorry to hear that.
Okay, well, we'll. I'm glad. Well, hey,
I heard that it happened, and then I heard that it didn't happen.
But but the point is, it's not in good shape, whether it did or didn't. Yeah. So he's here, and that's commendable.
That is a shame. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'll tell you what, I've got $50 on it.
What?
$50 if it's delivered within.
You'll pay
within 3 hours on dry ice.
You'll pay for
$50.
You'll pay $50 for it.
Oh hell yeah! Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you, Roger? If you had the opportunity, wouldn't you?
Well, don't I?
I know I would.
I mean, could I out? What if I offered him 60?
Are you serious?
So what is this? Is this the way it's going to be?
It's
$75, Mondo. 75. I'll give you $75 for it.
You can give him 50 because I don't need Mondo's toe.
What are you doing?
I don't need Mondo's toe.
That's not how you do this.
I don't need Mondo's toe. You can have it for 50.
I got my toe, and you got a call standing by. Are you going to do it?
We got it's okay. Okay, we got a call ready right now.
It's on mine too.
Okay, super. Hey, welcome. Hello, sir. What do you got for us?
Got this. It's just a straight. It's.
What?
It's for what you call it?
Well, I don't know. You haven't given us much information yet. Why don't you tell us a little bit more? We need more to work with.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
It's you sit on it and you pull on it and it raises your body up. I don't know, but it's you can have.
Okay. What do you do with it? This thing that you have.
It's for it'll swivel around, it'll adjust up and down, and it's gray in color, and it's nice to.
Okay. It's an office chair, desk chair.
Is it an office chair, sir? Okay, I know. Are there any markings on it? Any model numbers? Any names? Any manufacturers?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I need you to read those off to us.
Okay. Let's see.
Try the bottom. There should be a plate
underneath.
Category 0, 754, and 3-point straight 7765.
Okay. Did you get that, Roger?
I did get that.
Read that back to me.
Okay, that's category 0, ZERO. No, I'm spelling 0. Category 0, ZERO, 754, 3-point straight 7765. Huh. I missed the part after the 3-point straight something.
7765.
Yeah, 7765. Right.
Huh.
Okay, so that then is a what?
That is a. That is not ringing a bell.
Office chair?
Well, no. No, it's not an office chair, Roger.
Desk chair.
We ruled that out already. That's not what it is.
Okay. Category 0.
Try to keep up.
754.
Listen, sir. This thing that you have, what exactly were you looking to do with it?
Just want to get rid of it.
I see. Okay, well.
Okay, super.
Just roll it out onto the street. Let the trash guys pick it up. Can you handle that?
Yes.
Well, great. All right. Well, thanks for the call. All right.
Okay. Well,
another satisfied customer.
Right. That actually worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
It didn't really, as it turns out, it didn't really matter what it was. He just needs to put it out by the trash barrels and
sure. They'll take it away.
Except
trash guys take away almost anything you put out there.
The thing is, though, nowadays, folks, if it's an electronic item, like say a computer monitor, an old microwave,
that too,
large fan,
all of it.
It's those kinds of things are electronic items, and you're going to want to e-cycle those. So maybe rolling it out onto the street is not the best plan for those.
Recycle. Waste not, want not.
Right. Well, they have e-cycling drives about four times a year at the junior high.
You did it again.
Plimpton.
Yeah.
Junior high. They have about
you did it again. You're dumb. You're stupid. You did the thing.
What?
The recycle thing. You did it again.
I don't. Well, the point is, 4 times a year.
Enunciate.
At the Plimpton Junior High, they what they do is in the parking lot they have set up some volunteers and they accept these electronic items for you to e-cycle there at that event.
Okay, now you're screwing with me.
No, they really do. They have that there for about maybe it's 3 times a year.
Roger. Recycle.
Well, I was just there about a month or so ago. I had an old microwave oven that I needed to get rid of, and I didn't want to put it in the trash because I know this is, I guess, considered what, toxic?
The trash? Yeah, you don't want to mess with that. Have the trash guy take that away. That's the point. If there's a one takeaway that we have from this conversation is let the trash guys take away the trash.
Well, no, but I mean,
could be toxic. You're right. It could be.
But if it's something that's got a plug, that needs to be handled separately by a separate disposal process.
Oh yeah, you don't pick it up by the plug. That's dangerous. That's silly. You don't do that.
Well, if you're going to get rid of an old microwave, what you're going to want to do is wait for one of these e-cycle events at the Plimpton Junior High.
Recycle.
They have, like I said, about 3 or 4 times a year they have them. I was just there about a month ago.
Yeah.
Brought the microwave to them, and they took it for me, and that's really the safe way to go about it because I guess what these things have.
You just left it there?
They have. Well, no, they have a collection team there that takes it out.
What'd you get, a new one?
Well, I did. I did.
What's the model number
of the
microwave you purchased?
I can give you the brand name. I'm pretty sure it's an Emerson. Does that ring?
Okay, that narrows it down a little. I need the model number. Okay.
I didn't.
Roger.
I didn't.
Roger. Forget the model number. Give me the last 7 digits of the serial number. I'm trying to figure out whether or not you did good.
I'd have to see it. I don't even know. I don't think I ever saw.
Roger, I am not asking for the entire serial number.
Right, I know, but I don't think I ever saw the serial number.
You expect me to believe that you purchased a new microwave and you did not make a note of the serial number?
Well, I mean, it was in a box. I don't think I can see.
All
Well,
right.
the point is, it's a nice unit. It seems to do a good job.
I'll be the judge of that.
It's an upgrade over what I had, which had
Yeah,
been,
about that. What are you doing getting rid of your old microwave?
well,
Where's the logic there?
well, microwaves age. They get old. They get outdated.
I know.
They get outdated. They
You're not telling me anything I don't know, Roger.
I would say I would not be surprised if the unit I had, which is
What was wrong with it? Membrane button, right?
well, it's that part.
Magnetron failure.
I'm not sure what that is, but
Carousel wear.
No, the spinny plate worked pretty well. That's the
Call it carousel.
The carousel that worked pretty well. It did an adequate job, but every once in a while it would. I don't want to say die, but it would stop working, and I'd have to.
No, was it not heating? Why didn't you come to me, Roger? Roger, this is what I do. This is right in my wheelhouse.
I kind of had to read.
You got rid of a perfectly good microwave.
I don't know. It was.
I'm guessing whose serial number you are completely unaware of.
The point
and
is,
instead of bringing it to me where we could have rehabilitated it, all you did was throw it away in the trash.
No. I took it to the e-cycle event at the Plimpton Junior High.
You don't even know you're doing it.
They took it. They were happy to take it, and I recommend anybody who's got an electronic item, just keep your eye out for the signs that they post around town.
Hey, Roger, say rat. Just say it. Say rat.
Rat.
Say rhombus.
Rhombus?
All right. I don't understand what your problem is. Seems to be working fine.
The microwave was a little. It just seemed like every once in a while it would stop. It would stop working. I'd have to unplug it, plug it back in, reset the clock, and then it would be okay. But what I've got now is smaller. It's lighter. It heats more evenly, more thoroughly. I think it was time. It was time.
Even heating in an older model microwave is such a simple process. Here's what you do: take your microwave, you take out the carousel tray, the carousel, the circular glass plate.
Yeah,
Take that out. Take out the wheel assembly underneath the glass plate.
Right.
And you want to cover the entire lower surface of the microwave cooking area in flan.
Flan? You mean the gelatin dessert treat?
Yes, the Mexican custard. You cover that in flan. You know how to make flan, right?
I don't, but I think you can buy it prepackaged.
You get some flan, you cover the entire surface, and then you close up the microwave, and the flan will begin to bubble in the areas where there are hot spots in the microwave cooking zone. And then what you do is you just put your food in that areas, and then you're fine.
What do you do with the flan?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, if you're going to make a meal, you've got a microwave full of flan, cooked up flan.
The flan is a temperature mapping medium, Roger. What do you mean? What do you do with it? You only use it to figure out what's wrong with your microwave. What do you mean? What do you do with it? You thank it for a job well done is what you do. You say, thank you, flan, for exposing the inadequacies of my old microwave. That's what you do. And you sit back and enjoy a plate full of hot flan.
I've never been a fan of flan.
It's not the issue, Roger. It's a tool you use.
Okay. That seems like a lot of... I got a new microwave. That's what I did.
It works with that one, too. You should figure it out. You should try it.
The new one works great, though. There's even heating. It gets things hot. I'm happy with it. It's good.
Well, the damage is done.
I will write down the serial numbers. Well, there's no damage, really. I mean, I e-cycled the other one, and I got a new one, and everything's good.
That is strange. It's almost like you don't even know you're saying it.
Hey, I'm hungry. Where's my sandwich?
Listen, I haven't got all day. You want a sardine sandwich?
I tell you what. Give me a sandwich of Maine sardines on rye. One Maine sardine sandwich? Yeah, give me sardine on a roll, but make sure I can find the sardines.
Most of our customers say our sardine sandwiches are the best.
Maine sardines for sandwiches.
Yeah, that's right. That
Maine sardines? That means they come from the state of Maine, huh?
That's right.
Those Maine sardines sure make the best sardine sandwiches.
Look, mister.
My wife uses Maine sardines, too.
Why don't you just order a sardine sandwich?
Yeah, come to think of it, your sardine sandwiches are really good. Lots of flavor.
With Maine sardines, you get something to sink your teeth into. A real He-Man sandwich.
And it's got lots of taste, too.
Sardines caught and canned in the state of Maine.
Some places you can't even find the sardines in the sandwich.
I know. You want the ones caught and canned in the state of Maine.
Right.
They're meatier.
They sure are. I like to know what I'm eating.
Well, how about a nice sardine sandwich?
Sardines. Hey, that sounds good. Have you got those good, firm, meaty sardines?
Only kind to use for a sandwich.
Okay, sardines, but don't give me those skinny little ones.
Every day we go through the same bit, and every day I gotta tell you we use Maine sardines.
Yes.
They're meatier.
Oh, no, they're not.
Look, mister, why don't you just order a sardine
That means they
sandwich?
come from the state of Maine, huh?
That's right.
They are good.
Well?
Good, firm, meaty sardines.
Huh?
Okay, back to the phone. Mondo says we've got another call ready to go. Toe or no, he's taking on phone calls.
Roger. He's sensitive about it. Don't bring it up.
Okay. Well, I think it's admirable.
I think you look handsome.
Okay.
Without a toe? Why?
I still have
He doesn't
my
want.
toe.
Hey, we've got a call coming in on the
Hold on.
the Biggs line. We've never called it that, but I guess we could call it the Biggs line.
I don't dislike the way that sounds.
Yeah. It's I'm surprised we haven't thought of that sooner.
It rhymes.
Line 3.
Hey, what do you got going for us today, sir?
Yeah, hi. Hey, yeah, I used to talk to you a couple of years back about the clicks and snaps inside my home, like micro switches being turned on and off, or little switches turned on and off.
Clicks and snaps? I can't say I recall that.
Click, click.
How did that turn out? Well, whatever became of that?
Try to figure that one out. I'm just like anyone else. I can't answer that. Something keeps in my home goofing with me, or and
how it's what it sounds like is that maybe you've had some overloads in your circuit breaker or one of the GFI circuits.
The termite people come in, got a good bill of health there.
Why are you calling termite people? This is an electrical problem. You're wasting your time calling termite people.
And every bit of this, I'm telling you, I have proper recordings or proof or an affidavit or something from someone. In click, click, I have about 7 witnesses.
What about pictures?
Pardon?
What about pictures? Have you got some pictures of your wiring setup that you can send me? I'm going to need to see your setup before I can figure out what's wrong.
I don't know.
Which wires are exposed? Which outlets are not grounded with the conduit? Where the circuits are...
There's noises, click, click, and they...
well, I'm sure, yeah.
I have them all recorded.
Right, great. Okay, well... recordings are not as important as the visual aspect of this. You understand? Okay.
He's got recordings.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you email us some pics, and I'll take a look, see at your setup, at your situation, and then we'll take it from there.
I had noises. There's knocks on the wall. There's clicks. The TV, I can shut it off.
Okay.
It'll click, click.
Right.
Yeah, we
clicks
know.
And micro switches.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Me hearing those noises that you're experiencing That's not really going to help me to see where the wires are and the circuit breakers and your exposed conduit and maybe some poorly grounded conduit.
Do you have the recordings handy, sir?
Roger.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, super. Maybe if we took a minute to listen to some of these recordings.
What's the point? I don't understand.
Well, the point is that he's called, clearly he's called.
So we're going to listen to this guy's recordings of sounds that he hears in his house over the phone.
Well, I mean, that's why he's called. He doesn't have pictures right now. We'll get pictures later, but for the time being, the best we've got are sound recordings. So since he's called, since he's gotten on the air, why don't we take 30, 40, 50 seconds to listen to what he's got?
Or 10, maybe 5.
Yeah, have you got those recordings handy, sir?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll just listen for a few seconds and see what, who knows, maybe we'll hear something interesting. What do you think?
Be quiet.
Quick.
Nah.
Anything?
No.
It's a lot of.
What's the point of this?
This is a lot of room noise. I'm hearing that. Is that?
I don't know if this is the recording or if this is his bad phone.
Is that an unusual room noise sound?
Oh, yeah.
All right, listen. That was a big waste of time, and it doesn't really help. What I need are pictures, exposed wires, junction plates, junction boxes, conduit, GFI circuits, exposed wiring. It's all very dangerous.
Well, I'm worried about it. Believe me, it's happening definitely every day, every night, and it's ruined my life. It's not fun. It's more or less hurtful. And I'm burnt every night, and my feet turn on really
Wait a minute. Are you touching the wires, sir?
Oh, yeah.
Well, no wonder you're getting burned.
That's not good.
There's high voltage running through those lines. Of course it's going to burn you.
Burnt enough to where my legs they turn out like chalk, and the nerves in my feet and that are destroyed. It's hard to even shower barefooted. I have to keep shoes on, and I had something in my groin area too. And I think something was put in there. Anyway,
Listen, you don't want to end up like those ladies who touched that light pole down on Ludwig. You know what I mean?
Pardon?
With 4,800 volts coursing through your veins.
Yeah, that was. Ooh.
Oh, that's high voltage we're talking about, sir. It's extremely dangerous. What were you thinking?
I don't know. There was this.
You should see a doctor about those burns and your hot feet.
One doctor tried to help me. He's in the medical profession.
Okay. Yeah, so's mine. Those are the best kind.
Right.
Yeah.
He wrote me an affidavit then.
You know about all this paperwork you keep bringing up, affidavits and whatnot. Those as a whole will not solve your wiring problems.
The termite people come in and they wrote me a letter, said we want nothing no more to do with you, and so we stopped talking about it.
Yeah, good for them. Listen, Chief, what I need are some good quality macro photos of every place in your home where you might find some exposed wiring. I'm talking outlets, switch plates, holes, junction boxes, GFI circuits, conduit. If there's any exposed wiring, all you got to do is just snap a picture.
We're going to come out here and bring their cameras and that?
No, Chief, I need you. Roger, tell him.
Pardon?
Well, what we need...
Just tell him. Listen to Roger. Roger's going to tell you what you need.
The thing we need, sir, is just take your digital camera and...
I just went to make a cup of coffee. Now it's back on again.
What?
Click.
Have him take a picture of all those places.
Take a picture of any place where you see wires, particularly...
Outlets.
Go to outlets.
Junction boxes.
What?
Circuit breakers.
Junction boxes? What's a junction?
GFI outlets.
GFI outlet.
Circuit breakers.
Circuit breakers.
Any exposed wires.
If you see any wires at all, holes in the wall.
Take a picture.
Switch plates that are missing.
Macro setting. Make sure the flash is off.
Okay, we don't want no flash?
I can't get this to stop.
Well, I know we're gonna sort this all out for you once we get those pictures. I'm sure Mr. Biggs will
BiggsCast@gmail.com.
Yes,
we'll take a look at them and then we'll figure it out.
Email him to BiggsCast.
Click.
Email him to BiggsCast@gmail.com, and Mr. Biggs will have a look at him, and I'm sure that he'll head on over and let you know what needs to be done.
Is that all you needed?
Pardon?
I said, is that all that you needed?
Oh, yeah.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Super. From the pictures, then you'll be able to diagnose really what needs.
Well,
to
it'll help. It'll go a long way towards figuring out, whether or not he's got a shoddy electrical job.
It sounds really like he's got just yards and
I'm
yards.
guessing he's just tripping his GFI circuit, and what he'll find is once he gets an appropriate ground running, that he'll experience a lot less of that and a lot more, full, solid, uninterrupted voltage to his outlets and his circuits,
which will then in turn eliminate the clicks and the pops and the.
I don't know.
Well,
maybe could be. Sure.
We're just right. He's ready now. Okay. Sure, bring him on. Sir? You mentioned something. What do you know about the? You've got something to add about this situation here?
Hey, on that, there's two women that got electrocuted by that light pole.
Yeah, the two ladies down on Ludwig that met their untimely demise.
Okay, first of all, that was not 4,800 volts. That was 480 volts.
That is correct. Actually, I actually misspoke when I said that. Yeah.
That's right. Street lights operate 480 volts, not 4,800.
Yeah, when I threw out the 4,800 volts, I misspoke.
Yeah, big difference.
Well, yeah, it's we're talking about household
a factor of 10.
We're talking household voltage versus like a public utility line, which is quite different. Which is
4,800 volts. That's a whole other ordeal.
Yeah,
and that requires special wire with a special insulation.
Well, we're not really talking about that in this case, but
anyway, just want to set that straight. 4,800 volts, and they would have smoked and popped apart pretty much.
All right. Well, the point is that I misspoke when I said 4,800 volts.
You knew what you meant.
It was not necessarily an attempt at misinformation. It was more along the lines of somebody making an innocent misstatement of fact, which may or may not be intentional, but in this case was not.
480 volts, they would have jiggled and died pretty fast.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Big difference.
But they
died a slow, painful death, and nobody is doubting. Nobody's
happy about that.
Nobody wishes that upon anybody, but it is what it is.
4,800 volts. The possibility of them catching on fire would have been pretty good too.
Okay, but
man, that is so sad.
Yeah, yeah, it's very sad, and our hearts go out to the families of the two women who died down on Ludwig,
and we can take solace in the fact that it wasn't 4,800 volts,
which would have been a very, very quick, painless death had it been 4,800 volts. But instead, it wasn't anywhere near as bad because the 480 volts, as opposed to the 4,800 volts, is a much slower, painful death. And for making that mistake, to the families of those who are affected, I sincerely apologize. Your family did not experience the grief associated with having a loved one perish from 4,800 volts, whereas you had a family member die slowly, twitching and jiggling on the ground.
So I'm confused.
At the corner.
So they actually, when they touched that exposed wire on the light pole by Ledwick,
Who does that, by the way? Who sees an open electrical panel on a light pole and start probing with their fingers? Who does that? If you ask me, the city has little or no liability in this situation.
Well, the plate on the pole was off, so the wires were exposed. And what you're saying is, if you are going to touch that, don't use your bare hands.
Well, no, don't touch it at all. We're talking 48,000 volts here, Roger.
Or use one of those silicone oven mitts.
If you have a spudger on you, you could use that. But barring that, no.
What about
touchy?
What about a stick? Like if there was like a branch.
Is it a non-conductive stick, Roger?
Well, it's a branch from a tree.
Is it non-conductive?
Is that what trees make conductive branches? Let's start there.
Drawing a blank.
If
I don't think there are any.
None do. Okay, so there's a branch on the ground.
It depends. Are we talking 48,000 volts?
Well, that's what I'm confused about. But what they were exposed to is 480 or 48,000.
480,000 volts of electricity coursing through their jiggling jello-y flesh.
I think he said it was 480.
Yeah, 480.
480 is what they were exposed to. And so that causes a jiggly, painful death. 4,800 would have been a quick, your body blows out.
You would have, your internal organs would cook and probably explode due to the steam expansion, and your family members would have a difficult time identifying the remains.
But really?
Yeah.
But the point is, though.
The smell, too. Imagine. I mean, as it is, we have to deal with the stain on the sidewalk.
Oh, that's right.
Imagine what the smell would have been like.
That blackened sort of streak there, that's from the bodies? You wouldn't think that would leave like that. What is that?
Carbonized flesh, Roger. It's never pretty.
And that's still there.
A few minutes of elbow grease would probably take care of that. But don't expect me to be going down there and doing that, because if you ask me, it's really, at this point, it's kind of on the family. It's up to the family to go down there and clean up the black smudge on the ground.
You'd think after all this rain that we've been having that it would have washed away by now, but it's kind of embedded in the concrete.
Well,
then
what you really need is some scrubbing. You need some active friction to break forth some of that biological material that is cooked, literally cooked, into the porous material of the sidewalk.
And maybe a detergent, Pine Sol,
maybe a few less memorial candles. And a few more Mr. Clean magic erasers out there scrubbing away in memorial. Instead of people standing around during rush hour with candles in their hands, which is completely useless, they should be standing around with buckets and mops and get the elbow grease going and scrub up that stain, because nobody wants to look at that when they're walking their pug dog.
So 480 volts is what they got, and that would have meant probably a minute or two of suffering. Had it been 4,800, they probably would not have felt anything. They would have just cooked and sizzled and popped right then on the...
Well, that microwave that you threw away, did you ever put an egg in that microwave?
No, not, yes, I'd put some eggs in there, but not in the shell.
In the shell, well,
no.
Do that, and you'll see.
Louise Lashes. Come join us to learn about childhood obesity prevention. It's Tuesday, April 20th at 4:15 and 6:30 at the Career Center. Please call to register. Together, we can make a difference and turn the tide on this national epidemic. La, 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 la. La, 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 la.
We've got time for a young lady calling in. What's on
Wait, before we go to the call.
Yeah.
Roger, do the thing.
Oh, whiz bangs. Is there something I should... is there something?
The slogan.
Oh, whiz bangs, where the fun never ends and the parties.
Corner of Phillips Mountain.
The corner of Phillips
Mountain.
Whiz bangs, corner of Phillips and Mountain downtown, where the fun never ends and the parties never ending.
Yeah, come on down to Whiz Bangs.
Still got the onion sandwiches.
Onion sandwiches, a perennial favorite at Whiz Bangs, and we welcome those who've lost loved ones recently.
You got any special offers for anyone that is...
No special offers, but we welcome them nonetheless.
Now, I heard that the folks that brewed that onion ale, they went under, and as it turns out, they were the only people in the region that did that sort of thing. Have you come up with somebody, a new supplier for your onion ale to go with the onion bomb special?
Well, if you mean a new supplier, then
it would have to be a different. Yeah, how many onion ale makers are there in the country?
As it turns out, there are a sum total of one.
Now, was that the one that you were using?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, so he went under.
However, all is not lost. We are doing some in-house investigation into the brewing process, and hopefully by month's end, we should have some results.
You'll have your own onion ale?
Well, I mean, we've got an area of the storeroom set aside towards the brewing process, but between you and me, I don't hold a lot of hope. So instead of promoting the onion ale, what I'd like to do is present a cautious reminder that we once had it, and maybe if all goes well, maybe might have it again, perhaps.
Where the fun never, a corner of Phillips and Mountain downtown, where the fun never ends and the parties never ending.
Yeah.
Whiz bangs.
Yeah, that's it.
Get your onion special and a free mint on your way out.
Yeah.
1 mint per customer, right?
Oh, yeah. 1 mint per customer. I didn't know that had to be said. It's surprising how many people go for more than one.
What you need to do is you need to remove the bowl of mints at the...
Is that the world we live in now, Roger? Where you can't put out a bowl of mints and people just take the one?
Well...
How many mints do you need?
Sometimes, I mean...
What kind of stinking cesspool is it that you've got in your mouth?
Well, I mean, you've had an onion sandwich. You've had an order of onion rings. You've had some onion soup, and onion ale. Is 1 mint going to take care of the odor that's emanating from your mouth after that?
Oh, you think that's what the mint is for? No,
I thought that was part of the deal.
It's not for the smell, Roger. It's part of the culinary experience. It's a think of it as a chapeau on the finely dressed gentleman that is your dining experience at Whiz Bangs.
I don't know what that means. Really, what you should do is when folks finish up their onion special, the waitress should just set one of the onion candies in front of everyone, and
I'll tell you what.
Send them on their way.
If Mondo is willing to give that up for what was the price we agreed on?
$50.
$50.
For the
what I'll do is
digit.
what I'll do is I will open up the bidding to the bar. Whoever takes a drink out of a cocktail with Mondo's toe submerged in it, you will get your drink at 2/3 price.
Okay.
2/3 price.
Say that would be.
However, there are conditions. You cannot swallow Armando's toe, but it must touch your lips. As long as the toe touches your lips and you don't swallow it, you will get your drink of choice at 3/5 the price.
3/5 or 2/3?
2/3 the price. Which one is bigger? Which one is bigger? 2/3 or 3/5?
2/3 would be bigger.
2/3 the price.
And also, I'm guessing, and you don't want them to touch the toe or drop it or anything, because you need to use that for the next customer.
Well, you can touch it to your lip,
right?
Just
but
a little bit.
Don't let it come in contact with the floor or the counter or the ground, because you've got to use.
You're
that.
not contagious, are you, Mondo?
Yes.
I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll keep that toe in a box of salt. It'll take care of any contagion that may or may not be present
in the walk-in freezer.
Sure. Any cocktail whatsoever. Just ask for a little Mondo toe.
I know. We'll get to her. She's okay. She's pretty upset. Apparently, the woman online is pretty upset. We need to get to her right away. Ma'am, are you okay over there?
We have electrical storms over here almost every day.
Every day? What do you mean?
When I say electrical storms, I am talking about constantly.
Well,
we had a couple of trees blown down.
Okay.
Not only the wind picks up, the lightning, it makes it really bad.
Well, it has been a stormy season, but I'm not. Well, I don't know about every day. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch.
And not only that, it gets so foggy out here at night, you can't see.
And plus it's dark, so that makes sense.
It gets foggy. You can't see anything.
Right.
And when I tell you about electrical storms, the lightning is so bad, it knocks down the trees. You can't look up at the sky, because if you look up, the lightning, it burns your eyes.
Yeah.
You can't see.
Right.
No, that's to be expected in electrical storms. It's tough to see, especially when looking straight up. With the water down.
Yeah.
This goes on every day. This has been going on every day for almost a month. All this, what is it? Food, the plants. I've had healthy trees. Now, all of my trees they've got spots on the leaves. They've got fungus on my rose bushes.
Okay, well,
we never had this before.
What you might want to do is call the folks over at one of the several nurseries that we have in town, and
I've already had a sinus operation.
All right, well, they're not really going to be able to help with that.
It's having terrible consequences on the animals. I've had raccoons come in my yard. I think they're disoriented.
Disoriented, huh?
They had nosebleeds and breathing problems and headaches.
Yeah. You mean the raccoons?
Right.
And I think it's caused from this.
From your sinus operation.
The lightning storms over here.
Oh, yeah, we get quite a few. Listen, I forget, did you have a question?
What is it going to take to wake us up to do something about this?
You mean the electrical storms?
The other night, I don't know what they had going on. You have a blue sky, then all of a sudden, bad electrical storms every day.
Yeah, we've had we had a pretty good run there for the last month or so.
I think people ought to get together, sign a petition. I'd be the first one to do it.
Well, okay then. Well, good for you.
She's
We have bad electrical storms, really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a few.
Well, they're okay, I suppose. But listen, what I'll do is I'll pass your concerns along to the guy.
We have electrical storms over here.
Roger, who's the guy? What's his name?
The weatherman, the meteorologist.
No. I'm talking about the county registrar.
Down at the county
registrar's office.
Right.
What's his name? Honey, listen. What you need to do is you need to fill out the paperwork to conduct a legal petition. And what you'll do is you'll find, I don't remember what the form is offhand.
They'll know.
Having been the recipient of many a completed petition myself, you'd think I would know this.
Well, I mean, but it's a process. The point is that she needs to go through the proper channels in order for this.
You can't just get some loose leaf paper and get a bunch of signatures and expect it to have any legal binding status. You've got to go to the county registrar's office. And that guy's name is what's his name?
I'm not sure.
Carl. His name is Carl.
I can't recall the last time I've been to the office. You're the one that go. You've got to go. Isn't that when you do
something?
When you had to have the work done on the sewage, the drainage issues in the basement at Whizbangs, that you had to go. Before you could start excavating, you had to go to the county registrar's office
and speak to
the guy whose name
is
the person you spoke to, not me. Larry.
No, it's
Lance.
It's definitely a
cunt.
Carl. Did you what? Roger.
Concerns.
Hey, Mondo.
Concerns everywhere.
Mondo, did you dump that? You
should
have dumped that.
Concerned citizens.
That is a prime example of something that you should have dumped.
Together, and they will certainly be happy to sign the concerned citizens of the Tri-County area against excessive storm and electrical activity.
I'm not convinced that the county registrar's office has any authority over weather system activity, but that would be a great place to begin your process.
I think if you're willing to fill out the paperwork to get a petition going,
pay the fee
and pay a fee. I don't really think they care what your cause is, as long as you pay the fees. And you use the proper cardstock on your forms.
You got to have the right font size,
right? And as long as
you take your 8.5 by 11 paperwork and you go home and cry because it is not acceptable when it comes to petitions. 8.5 by 13 3/4, my friend, and it's got to be goldenrod, because if it's not goldenrod, it is unacceptable in local government.
Goldenrod gets the nod.
That's what they say. That's the golden rule. That's what they call the golden rule, Roger. Goldenrod what was it?
Goldenrod gets the nod. In
the mighty bird catches worms.
No.
Sorry.
Haste makes waste.
I thought you were going to say something.
So there you go, ma'am. Head down to the county
Stitch in time
registrar's office. Talk to Curly. Concerned citizens.
You did it again. Hey, Mondo.
I got it.
Concerned citizens
dump
for
that. Make sure that doesn't get on air.
The uncontrolled.
Roger just said again.
Electrical storm activities in the Tri-County region.
Yeah,
that could be your name.
That's how you do it.
Come up with a snappy
Press
acronym.
it again.
Fill out the forms, and you're good to go.
Sure.
And next thing you know,
what is it with you? Throwing out perfectly good microwaves, cursing randomly.
480 volts.
It's almost as if you are a different person today.
And all that rain, even the days where it rained really hard, where we had really heavy, big drops of rain, could not do anything about the carbon smears on the sidewalk there at Ludwig by the light pole.
Well, she was a heavy woman, and she cooked right into that asphalt. That's a stain. To me, that is a fitting memorial to somebody's life. Granted, we may not want to actually look at it, But
yeah, it's kind of
it is a far more appropriate memorial than some carved granite thing in some graveyard that the woman never visited a day in her life.
what I think they have is like a little sculpture made out of gummy bears.
That's just disrespectful. That's
Apparently
silly.
she was a big fan.
I'm not going to drive by the daycare center today because I'm a little bit depressed.
The stain?
Yeah, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood to drive by.
I don't mind it so much now that they've removed the house coat. It was
stuck.
Well,
yeah. Well, not the whole thing.
They took one of our house coats and they sort of, pinned it to the pole. And I didn't really.
It was a little weird
because I don't know really how that helps. It's just as the poor woman.
Hey, listen, her loved ones grieve in whatever way they grieve.
It only lasted a few days and then it fell because there's really no way to. I mean, those are concrete poles.
Hey, free house coat.
How do you
Would you expect it to last any longer?
How do you get it to stay up on a concrete pole? I mean, what's the best way to do that? I mean, you don't want to
Gorilla tape. Oh man,
just
that's
wrap
good
it
stuff.
around. Just
yeah,
wrap it around.
Gorilla tape will hold on to anything.
Really? Even one of those concrete poles, those texture jobs
sure.
with the granite.
Listen, that Gorilla tape will hold on to a concrete pole with as much tenacity as a human thigh stain on a public sidewalk. What's the model number?
This program is continued on the other side of the cassette.